Hello again, friends, and welcome to another fine edition of 151. My name is Adam, and I'm joined by a man on a phone in a truck, possibly in Iowa. You there?
Hello?
You
yeah,
there?
I'm there. I'm messing. Yep, I'm here.
For a second, I'm like, did I drop you in the first 30 seconds of this?
That would have been hilarious.
Oh, God. Just when you thought, hey, we might be able to get a few more shows out there, it turns into something that's completely different.
Right. Well, I'm not really too concerned about the possibility of getting shows out. I mean, this is kind of the perfect medium for self-isolation.
Yeah, perfect. Well, anyways, his name is Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. We are 151. We are sponsored by Skeleton Wine. You can find out more about them at their website, skeletonwine.com, or on their Facebook page at Skeleton Vineyards. As for us, everything you need to know is at 151theshow.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at 151theshow. And we hope that you subscribe, like, and follow, and share, and do all that cool stuff on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, and everything in between. Did I miss anything?
Sounds about right. I don't think so.
Okay. That's what I was going for there. Usually on the show, thanks to everybody who downloaded and watched the last bag of questions. This is kind of going to be a shift of gears because usually we try and talk about fun stuff that we just kind of enjoy and that sort of thing. I mean, it's nothing. I don't think anything we've ever talked about is serious, right?
No, not particularly.
I mean, it's all movies, it's all TV shows, it's all, hey, what do you think they should do with Picard and, stuff like that. But
right.
This week, unless you've been just completely out of the loop, this coronavirus stuff has just completely taken over the news. It kind of started Wednesday, if I remember right.
That's when all the, what I'm going to say, knee-jerk reactions started. I mean, and they're certainly not all knee-jerk, but there is some dominoes that seem like they're just starting to fall because nobody wants to be the one that doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this much. So I've been doing, my real job in the real world is I work for a radio station in Des Moines, Iowa, right? I've been doing this since 2003. I've never had a day like I had yesterday in radio.
I can only imagine.
Because it really was, I was setting up an interview to talk about, the coronavirus stuff with one of the local news people, right? And we did the interview at 1:30 on Thursday afternoon, and by 3 o'clock it was completely out of date.
Right. It's breaking news. Hey, no more basketball, and then it's no more NHL, and then it's no more baseball, and then it's no more NASCAR, and, what the hell?
Yeah. No, it was just so crazy, and that was the thing about it. Once that first domino went, they all went yesterday.
Yep.
So, I think for us, I mean, living in Iowa, I don't want to say we're directly affected by this other than, the things that are going on around us. Is that fair to say?
Here's the thing. There's 15 cases. There's one in Potawatomi County as of right now, the day that we're recording this, Friday the 13th. There's one in Potawatomi County, and there's like 14 or 15 in Johnson County, people who were on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
That's it in the whole state that they know of. So Des Moines School just said, well, hey, we're going to cancel classes for 2 weeks because everybody's going off this 2 weeks isolation thing. So here's my thing. We have 15 cases in the state of Iowa that are confirmed. We self-isolate for 2 weeks, and then everybody starts going back around their normal lives just in time for all the people that didn't get caught by all the other self-isolations to start rolling in and actually getting to us. I think maybe we're jumping the gun slightly.
I don't know. I mean, you look at stuff.
I'm certainly not a medical expert.
No. I was talking to my dad last night about this. We were riding in the truck, and he said something. I go, no, but I kind of get the reasoning behind it because when you put, like take the NCAA tournament, you have so many people from out of town coming to a confined space. Right. Of probably about 15 to 20,000 people in an arena, and they're from 8 different spots on the country, and then you think, okay, how many different cities do we have this? You know what? I could see can see why they did it, you know?
And how many people does the guy that sneezed on his hand and opened the main door to go in the arena, how many people does he infect?
Yeah.
You know, that then spread out and started infecting other people, man. I look, I get it. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I am 7 times more likely to die from this, according to the statistics so far, than someone my equal age without diabetes. I'm not living my life in fear, but I'm certainly recognizing the possibilities here. And the last thing I want is for, you know, the hospitals, if God forbid something should happen to me, the hospitals to be full, you know, when I get it. I mean, I'm not saying everybody panic. Quit buying toilet paper, pardon my French. I'm not saying everybody panic, but yeah, let's use our heads for just a second.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been kind of the going thing that I've seen. It's like, okay, and we were talking about it yesterday, and I feel like all this precautionary stuff is kind of like, you know, when they do a forest fire, or when there is a forest fire, they'll like burn off another part of the forest, so when it gets there, it like has no fuel. I kind of feel like that's what we're doing right now. And, you know, like you said, I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, but that's kind of what it feels like. It kind of feels like we're just trying to, all right, before this gets completely out of control, let's minimize it as much as possible. And you know what? I tell you what, think about this. I mean, think about how much money the NCAA brings in, right? You know, think about how much money the NBA or the NHL night in, night out that they're going to lose money. And you think, I mean, just that side of it, you know, if the NCAA is willing to put this on the shelf for a year, to me, it's like, okay, there's more to this than just, it's, you know, social media hysteria or whatever.
Right, but also by the same token, look at the NBA. They've already had players test positive.
Yeah.
So right now, think about the top 5 players in the NBA if they contracted it and died. The lawsuits that would come from the negligence, because not only would they get sued for you know, earnings and whatnot and negligence and damage, but you know, you get somebody that has a possibility of, let's say it's the next Michael Jordan, you know, you go for, projected he could have made this many endorsements and whatnot. The NBA is bankrupt. I mean, in this day and age with lawsuits and litigiousness. So, you know, I mean, I get it. And to a certain extent, look, I mean, I look at everything that's been canceled so far. Yeah, it's a business. By the same token, nobody's going to die from not having basketball on the TV. Nobody's going to die from having NHL, you know, not on the TV, or baseball. I mean, yeah, there might be some marriages that either get better or worse due to the lack of professional sports on television. But nobody's going to really, truly, physically suffer from this.
Yeah.
So far, everything's been pretty minimal. I mean, the first day I can't wipe my butt because I'm out of toilet paper, this moves into an entirely different territory for me.
Well, I think the really weird thing about this whole deal is I've just never seen anything like it. I'm 39 years old, and I've never seen so many aspects of entertainment completely shut down because of you know, something like this. I mean, you know, you go back to swine flu and God, what were some of the other ones that, you know, there's a joke on social media right now.
MERS, you know, Ebola. Yeah, I mean, all of it.
Yeah. You go back to all that, and it's like, wow, none of that ever shut down, you know, the world like it did right now. So.
Well, I mean, everybody right now, this seems to have a pretty high transmission rate, number one. I think compared to everything else. Number two, you know, I think, quite frankly, the phrase "an abundance of caution" gets used more and more than it used to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and let's face it, people travel a hell of a lot more than they used to.
I don't.
Well, people as a whole.
I'm poor.
Well,
help me. I'm
fair
poor.
enough, but people people as a whole.
Yeah. No, it's just one of those things. There are so many people that
you can't travel because you can't get your truck started.
Well, funny enough, we're probably getting a new vehicle tomorrow, so because it broke down.
There
again
you
this
go.
week.
So you can travel again.
Yeah. My name's Adam. He's Justin. This is 151. We're sponsored by Skeleton Wine. You can find out more about them at their website, skeletonwine.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at 151 The Show. 151theshow.com is probably your easiest bet, or this station's website. As we kind of wrap up today, I know this is kind of a short one. That we both just wanted to come on and just kind of talk about this because, like I said, neither one of us have ever seen anything like this.
I did hear though that drinking wine is a good coronavirus cure, actually. So I recommend everybody drink wine.
We are not medical professionals.
No, not at all. And honestly, the only concern that I have, it's like I went on Facebook and told everybody in light of the coronavirus and entertainment shutting down that we would try and fill the void.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great opportunity. This is a great medium in this sort of situation. The only thing that I'm a bit concerned about is, friend of the show, Tony Conrad, has said several times that he wanted to come on and be a guest, and we want him to, but how many viruses do you think are lurking in that beard?
I don't think any, because you know what? Tony Conrad takes care of his beard.
I'm just saying. CDC told people to shave.
Yeah, I saw that. My first thing was beard or death. Give me.
Right?
Oh, God. But yeah, I just listen. Like I said, you know what was really interesting about this? These aren't my words, but I was asking when I was doing the interview yesterday with one of the local news people. I asked her, I go, have you ever seen a story like this? Have you ever been a part of this? And she goes, the only thing that she could kind of compare it to was 9/11.
Right.
Because you had so much, I don't know what's going on or happening next, that it's just, it's like, what do you do? So,
yeah.
I don't know, man, but, everything seems to be affected by this. Everything from, hell, I'm losing money on this deal. I
mean, in my real job, I deal with pipeline, and if you've seen the price of oil lately, that's not especially heartening for me. So
yeah, so I mean, it's strange. Like usually, you see all this stuff, and it's on the news. It's not as close to it as what it is here.
Right.
And granted, the effects that we've had from it aren't anything of what some people are dealing with. So
no, not at all.
But no. Yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up for me. How about you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Wash your hands, people.
All right.
And just to all the anti-vaxxers out there, man, if they come up with a vaccine for this, I don't want to see you anywhere near it.
Oh. Yeah. Why would you do that? Oh, this has been another fine edition of 151. We're sponsored by Skeleton Wine. You can find out more about them at their website, skeletonwine.com, or on their Facebook page at Skeleton Vineyards. As for us, 151theshow.com is your main source of goodness, but we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at 151 The Show, and you can find us on YouTube, Google Play, Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher. Am I missing anything?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, Justin, have fun driving your truck and laying pipe.
Remember, direct your hate mail to Justin at 151theshow.com.
If we only had email addresses. All right, everybody, have a great day, and wash your hands, like Justin said.
Wash them.